Alright everyone, welcome back to our Fire Emblem shenanigans. This run we've got the Fire Emblem Path of Radiance run put on by Gwimpage. And we're going to have Kirby Master and Ko in commentary.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? So this is Path Radiance. We're playing on the Japanese version because we're sweaty tryhards that like to go fast.
Going fast, what?
There's a couple things unique to the Japanese version compared to the North American version, but we're just gonna try beat the game as fast as we can. So my name's Gwimpage. I've been in the Fire Emblem community for a while now, and just chilling out nowadays, but coming back to speedrunning is a lot of fun. And joined here today with Kirby Master and Kuo. Both of these guys also run FE9.
Hello.
What's up?
And I guess let's just get right into it. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Alright, I'll give a countdown here
got the
for
timer
you
ready?
on 3, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck.
Have fun.
So there's
Can't wait for the game over on prologue.
Right?
All these options.
This is weird. My audio's like slightly delayed.
Well, you just played this game like 2 days ago.
Audio's good on the stream, so I guess it's just you.
Oh, yeah, for me, it's like half a second delayed.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh, yeah, so there's a couple things. So we're playing on the Japanese version because there's some cool things that we can do on this version. We're also in fixed mode, so that's going to be really nice. Kirby had some really unfortunate level ups in his run, but we don't have to worry about that here.
Yay. Okay, fixed growth mode in this game is kind of a system where you get a specific number of points per each level up or whatnot, and you basically always get the same levels. A little tiny bit of variance here, depending on what you do. But
as long as you do the same things, you should end up with the same stats. So we can expect to hit certain benchmarks at certain points of the playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like this whole calculation for like how stats work with which enemies you kill with like what weapons, but since this is a consistent route, it'll always be the same for a speedrun.
Oh, we don't have to really worry about like strength benchmarks or speed benchmarks or whatnot. This game has rescuing, I forgot. 2 to 3 houses.
I forgot that's a mechanic.
Yeah, so rescuing is a thing, and Gwimpage just did like a take drop rescue to get barely in range of the throne for turn 2. Seizing is an objective in this game where you're usually covered by a boss, so you have to take out the boss as well.
Yeah, so this is the starting few chapters where Ike's being introduced like to the mercenary group. We have Titania, who's our pre-promoted unit, who's like amazing, and then a couple of scrubs. Oscar's actually pretty useful, not gonna lie.
Oscar's horse is useful.
Yeah, his horse is useful.
But
yeah, Oscar's used to pick up
easy.
a rope, which is a +7 HP stat booster, which we'll use later.
Okay, so this is a wrap map. This game's actually pretty cool because it does have a bunch of objective variety for the most part. So we're not going to be doing the same thing every chapter.
You're not going to have a defeat boss like 10 chapters in a row, like 3 houses. Something that Gwimpage is trying to watch out for is seeing how much experience Ike gets, because there's a really tight experience threshold that we want Ike to hit in order to get him up to a specific amount of defense later on in the run. But enemy stats actually do vary, and they are random. So sometimes you'll see like an enemy with like 1 less defense than usual or whatnot, or maybe these Myrmidons here will roll 1 less speed, meaning I can double attack them, etc., etc. So that's something you have to watch out for.
That's actually kind of a bummer that I couldn't kill either of these guys. I'm probably just gonna kill with Rise, not gonna lie.
You should be fine. It only does 4.
You know, it's a marathon. We'll just play this. Granny strats.
After the last run, don't put any.
Yeah.
Yeah. After my 3 houses run, don't leave anything to luck.
And Divine Pulse isn't in this game, so if anything wrong happens, I'll probably have to restart the whole chapter.
Yeah, because typically Fire Emblem speedruns are the kind of speedruns where like you have one route and you need it to go this way, but if it doesn't, then everything snowballs out of control, and your best bet is just start over. Typically.
Even in this game where you can't skip enemy phases, and it's very slow.
Yeah, this game is notorious for being very slow as a whole.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty funny that the route's like pretty focused on just minimizing combat whenever possible. So you'll be seeing us do some really weird stuff, as opposed to just killing enemies.
Yeah, because like the lack of being able to turn off animation actually adds an interesting depth of routing in the speedrun setting, because like getting a crit actually matters versus killing an enemy with a double attack, because you save animation times, things like that. So we'll get into that later. For now, just watch Titania slaughter everything, because she's Titania.
Yeah, Titania's amazing. She's good in this game, and then she's really good in the next game too.
No kidding.
Even in this run, like I think she's our second most used unit throughout.
Oh, definitely. She like pretty much carries the first third of the run, and even after another unit starts carrying, she's still used quite a bit.
Yeah, I think she's like even more useful than Ike, if I remember correctly.
Pretty much.
Ooh, so we got 2 new characters, Shinin and Gachuri.
And they're both
Shinin's
pretty
actually-
useful units early on.
Yeah, Shinin's actually really good because he's an archer and won't counter at 1 range, but he's also bulky and kind of moves far. On top of being able to pretty much delete anything he attacks.
The convenient thing is that since we want to avoid animations, Shinin is a really nice bait to cut out some animations, because we don't, if we are luring enemies away, we don't want to counterattack them, but we don't want to kill them. So Shinin's perfect for that.
Yeah, and he's got Provoke, so
Yeah.
some enemies will actually prefer to target him.
I will just cut in just a slight little bit and mention that while we're playing Path of Radiance, I would be remiss to not say that we do have Path of Radiance signed Cypher cards available. We have cards of Titania signed by Misty Lee. We have Ike signed by Greg Chun. We have Soren signed by Kyle McCarley. And we have Nefene. We have that signed by Julianne Taylor. So, you know, really cool bundle that you can win if you donate, and that is $10 or more. We'll get you 1 entry. And just check out exclamation point prizes for more. It's a really cool, exciting bundle that you can win right there.
That sounds pretty cool.
Anyway, you can get back to the slow mode that is enemy phase.
So that's a green unit.
Oh, yeah, green units are fantastic.
Yeah, so this one's actually really important. Marcia won't join us right now, but if you talk to her with Ike, she'll join later. So we really do want to recruit her.
And, well, yeah, flyers are kind of important in pretty much every game.
Yeah, it's
She's
a
the first one available.
It's a pretty good theme with like all Fire Emblem runs, is that you get your hands on a flyer if you can.
Yeah.
And Marcia's like really good because she joins fairly early on, just in time for some abusable mechanics. Some abusable mechanics, let's say.
Oh yeah, so this is a defeat boss chapter, but Titania unfortunately has like a small chance of missing. And if she misses, you don't really have a good backup for it, so just hope she doesn't miss.
Ooh, don't worry, we proc
Depending on
counter.
biorhythm, it can be 85, 90, or 95, I think.
Yeah, it's bad if she misses. You waste so much time. Because the boss is really obnoxious.
Congratulations, you got
phase.
strength.
Oh, this strat's actually kind of really fun, but also a little annoying, not gonna lie.
Oh, save here.
I definitely did.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I had bad luck in practice already. I'm gonna definitely make sure to save.
Oh yeah, shoving is a mechanic in this game, so make a unit move one tile without using the target's turn, basically. Titania is using a speed wing here because she needs +2 speed in order to double attack upcoming boss in a few chapters.
And this is just a convenient time to use it.
Yeah, she's not doing anything else, so.
So this is a defeat boss map, but like the boss is really far away and there's a ton of enemies between us. And the best way to do this map is actually just not fight any of these guys, even though you're putting Titanian and Shinnen in front of everybody. So this is actually a really cool formation where we actually do minimize the amount of enemies that we kill. Like Shinnen's completely surrounded, we shoved him in front of the boss. So Shinnen's actually going to layer out the boss and kind of not kill anything.
Yeah, there's like 2 archers I think he kills, and that's about it.
And even though Titania is unequipped, Shinnen pulled enough enemies away where Titania won't get surrounded. While weakening the boss, so... The strat's kind of neat.
Is there anything that can go wrong here?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a soldier that can double attack Rus if you're unlucky, and he dies, and you.
No, this soldier doesn't double a risk, but for some reason, sometimes he prefers to go after Shinnen.
Oh
And
right.
this soldier normally is supposed to body block Rise from being attacked by Myrmidon, who actually does one round.
Yeah, and doubles attacks wrist, which also will block Titania from hitting the boss, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so you basically
It's
just
just
reset
bad.
if it happens.
It's random too, like I'm not sure what causes it, but it has a small chance of happening.
Shinon can crit the boss twice and stealing Titania's XP, which ends up we'd have
Being
trouble
bad,
with
actually,
a later
'cause
boss.
You need experience. It's pretty tight.
Oh, whoops, I was gonna save. I'm doing granny strats, okay.
Wow, look at this granny.
Where-
Oh, this is another cool chapter.
I can't read Japanese text, okay, no flip. Yeah, this strat's actually pretty cool. So it's a defend map, and there's actually no way of speeding it up.
Well, turn-wise, yeah. So there's gonna be some enemy AI abuse here that you're about to see.
We're forced to deploy all of our units here. We can't undeploy them. So, but it kind of works out nicely because we do kind of need a couple of our units to help block. So just a reminder, Shinnen has the skill called Provoke, which increases the chances of enemies attacking him. So we're going to take advantage of this in a really cheesy way.
I love this strat. It's so good.
And we sort of have it set up right now. These archers attack first in the Okay, there we go. Yeah, this game's like probably one of my favorites in the series, even though with the animations kind of take a little while. This game is kind of sandboxy, where you can pretty much use any character that you want because everybody's, at least on hard mode. We don't talk about Maniac mode.
We don't talk about that.
There's
Like,
a
I mean,
reason why
even
it's
Rolf,
Japanese only.
even Rolf is like not bad if you put it in that way.
I mean, for an archer, he's not bad.
Yeah, but he's just worse than everyone else. But yeah, like you can use anyone in this game and have fun with them, and everyone can turn out pretty well. Pretty good.
So because of the way the enemies decide to move, the archers will usually move first. And since they can't attack anyone, they're not going to move, since they were attacking Shinon earlier. And then the soldiers will just stand behind them. But since the archers aren't moving, the soldiers can't get to any of our units. So yeah, we can just repeatedly end the turn there at the end.
Yeah, once
a
you
good-
move
it's like-
Shin'en out of the way, like literally nobody gets attacked.
And the turns just blaze through. This chapter has a sort of a gimmick where enemies don't know where you are until you would, so Gwimpage is going to kind of sneak around to the left side first. Take a few turns to do that, even though Titania very obviously dipped out of the woods. And the boss in this chapter is the reason why you need to speedwing immediately, I think, because Titania can't double him otherwise in fixed mode. I think it's this guy.
Yeah, you need like a point of strength or speed for it. So just like in Three Houses, you actually get slowed down if your strength is less than the weapon weight you're using, and the steel axe is kind of heavy, so
Oh, yeah, I
Titania
never-
does get weighed down.
I never explained that in Three
Slightly.
Houses.
It's only slightly. It stops mattering pretty fast in this game.
Yeah, like the thing in the Tellius games and Shadow Dragon as well. Eventually, you're going to have enough strength where weapon weight doesn't matter at all because your strength is going to be higher than the weapon weight in general. But the only other game where strength helps mitigate weight outside of the Tellius games are Shadow Dragon and Three Houses, which works a little differently because in Three Houses, every 5 points of strength mitigates 1 weight instead of 1 strength mitigating 1 weight. But,
yeah, and the heaviest
yeah.
weapons are like 15 weight or whatever, 18. And like all of your units pretty much have more than that after some point in the game. So it really just stopped mattering.
Pretty much.
So this was an escape map, which is just a glorified seas map. We can probably bring some of our party members to escape too for extra bonus experience, but like it's way slower than what you get.
Yeah, there's no reason to really do it.
And you end the map instantly when Ike seizes, so there's really no reason to. Oh
It's
god,
nice
this
for the
chapter.
bonus XP, but in this run we have it routed that like we're gonna have a ton of bonus XP anyways.
There's another map that's going to give us like 1100, I think,
Something
which
like
we'll
that.
get to that later.
Okay, this is the last big route map for a while, and the game really wants to rub it in our nose and make it as long as possible.
Yeah, this map is one of the more annoying maps because there's so much variance in the enemy stats here that there's going to be a lot of times where Titania just fails to kill someone because a knight rolled like 2 extra defense or 2 extra HP or something like that.
Yeah, and it's
And-
like just slightly worse on Japanese.
Yeah, in English version, the enemy stats are overall lower, so its chapter's actually more reliable on English version. Like, Titania can one-round knights more easily and more reliably. So the English version in this map is faster, typically. So there are like a lot of minor things that makes the English version has an advantage over the Japanese version, but
Yeah, early
Spider-
game
they're
there's little
mechanical
stat
things.
variance. Just a little stat variance here and there, early on versus Japanese that makes
And money.
English faster.
money's a big one.
Ugh, forging. Yeah.
Oh, money. We'll get into that later too.
So we've been actually picking up a couple of useful weapons with Titania so far. We picked up a javelin, and we still have our like steel axe and stuff for armors. Oh, so Oscar actually ran over a trigger line right away. That spawns up a big group of reinforcements.
And
And
since we
because
want
it's
to
not-
clear this map more as quickly as possible as a route map, we want to get all the enemies out as soon as possible.
Yeah, so Titania won't need to double back anywhere later on. And all our units are pretty much at base levels, so they kind of suck.
This is a chapter where you kind of need to keep an eye on how much experience Ike has by the end of this map. I think you need like level 5, 50-ish experience. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I should have moved Boyd first. Whoops. If Boyd
Oh
moves
yeah,
guy, then that soldier can attack whoever he wants.
he'd attack Ike probably,
Yeah,
or Sorna. Oh,
it's
You'll figure it out.
anytime like I get worried or like nervous about something, it's just like oh. Never
like
mind.
especially like turn 3 or 4, and it's like oh.
Oh, whoops. Oh, Shin'en didn't get triggered back for this chapter.
They're pretty handy for clearing out a segment, an area.
Yeah, they're still like very strong.
Especially because like we're at the point where our scrubs really can't kill anything without ganging up on one unit.
There's this Myrmidon that attacks Gatry and does a good chunk of damage to him because he has an Armor Slayer, but because the Armor Slayer is so heavy, that Myrmidon speed goes down to like 0, so even Gatry doubles him.
It's sort of sad when the Armor Knight doubles you as a Myrmidon.
Yeah. But yeah, like in this game though, like mounts are so powerful, and you also really want to have range as much as possible. So like sword using units are just not that great in this game overall. Where you want to train up Ike primarily for the last boss, and it's just convenient to also have a good Ike overall because a lot of chapters are Cs. So usually we're going to be relying on axe users and lance users because you can use hand axes and javelins to counterattack almost everything.
Yeah, there's actually some pretty dangerous like late game maps where you do need to seize and drop Ike somewhere. This isn't like Sacred Stones where you could keep a level 1 Erica.
Yeah.
Ike would probably just get ganged up on and beat up if you kept them level 1 and tried dropping him near a gate. So we're actually just wrapping up this map. This chapter is probably one of the longer ones in the game, I feel.
It's this chapter and the next chapter that are the longest ones in the game. I think these two chapters combined are around 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the record for this run is around 2 hours, so 1/8 of the run is just these two chapters.
I don't mind the next one, but this one can be a little annoying with the Armor Knight stat variants. Because if an Armor Knight just rolls 1 more defense, then like he survives a round of combat with Titania. It's kind of a bummer.
That's an extra 10 to 15 seconds. Let's go. Woo!
It's kind of fun. Like if you're playing casually, usually you can get close to promotion with a couple of your units here. Personally, I like using Boyd a lot, and I'll try to go for Warrior Boyd pretty fast.
Oh, I love using
Chapter
Boyd.
8, Chapter 9.
He certainly is our boy.
Boyd's our boy. That's how it
And
goes,
not
right?
Roy.
Yeah, last time I played this, I was playing Reverse Recruitment.
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
that's the thing. Kind of want to try that at some point.
So goofy and so fun. Olyncia replaces Ike, so you have a flying healer as your lord.
Which sounds really fun, honestly.
It's not broken at all.
Darn. Yeah, this guy had 1 more HP or something.
Slogfest. I think the longest chapter after these two is the Strange Lands. I think it's 25, which is the route chapter on the mountain.
The bad chapter? Oh, wait, no.
I think that's the
Yeah,
next
that
longest
one's
one.
pretty long, eh? What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, that has all the bases we need to, so it wouldn't be.
When Kirby said Slogfest, I was like, dude, we got this perfect example of these 2 Armor Knights just duking it out. And they gotta slowly pull out their lances and stuff. So for the most part, we're actually going to be avoiding combat. It's just this chapter you actually do need to fight everything. Dude, how many counters did we get? We got 2 so far. Best skill in the game.
Okay, so technically chapter 17 is longer,
Okay,
but that's also 4 chapters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're actually pretty short, too.
But yeah, if I look at the splits I have, if you include the bases, then yeah, chapter 7 is the longest one. Chapter 18 comes close. Chapter 13 comes
18.
close.
Oh yeah, 18 does have a lengthier base.
Yeah. And
13 does too.
promotion.
Sad at death. The Eat Rock guy. Too bad we're playing in Japanese. I want to see the Eat Rock guy. Japanese Ike! Oh no! Dude, the voice acting in this game is amazing. We've definitely come a long way.
In Japanese, it's like not as.
Not as.
I threw it away.
Father, father.
I'm gonna open up my notes.
Ike, stay back.
Man, we could have had an incentive to watch the cutscenes. Oh, level ups, bonus XP.
Yeah, so bonus experience is a thing. This is the first chapter we have access to the base, which is where you can like buy stuff, go to check out conversations, supports, things like that. And most importantly, check out our bonus experience. And we get a specific amount of bonus experience per each chapter. Sometimes you'll get more depending on like extra objectives. But we're gonna dump a lot of it into Ike right now, because he's gonna be important for blocking off a choke point in this chapter, and also being able to hit thresholds to two-shot a lot of Cavaliers with the Regal Sword to get even more experience. But unfortunately, unlike Radiant Dawn, if you want to dump a bonus experience into someone, you have to do it level by level. So
It takes some getting used to, not gonna lie.
yeah.
But bonus experience in this game is actually really stupid because you can get as many stats as you roll, unlike in Radiant Dawn where it works differently.
Yeah, like level ups and by bonus experience aren't treated any differently from normal level ups. Whereas in Radiant Dawn, level ups from bonus experience, you always get exactly 3 stats, which is really OP if you know how to abuse it. But point is, it works differently from in combat. You can't get like 6 stat levels from bonus experience.
Which in this game you can like save scum to get everything you want.
Yeah,
That's
I
gone.
did that when I was little because I'm like, I want the perfect level up for my role.
Use a level of bonus experience, and then you get like skill only, and it's like, okay, I have to reset that.
That's gonna matter. Yeah.
This strat's actually pretty cool. So it's a defend map where we can't speed up the amount of turns we're here for. But we can manipulate the AI a bit.
Ike with the crits.
I hope everyone likes the crit sounds.
Oh crap! I had a bit of a brain fart there. Oops.
Oh no, okay. That guy's gonna stop.
It's fine. I has a bunch of movement. Or the next
Actually, is that
I could
fun?
just I could just go beat him up next turn.
Yeah.
I'd be down for a remake or at least a re-release of Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. I'm surprised they didn't release Radiant Dawn at least on the Wii U eShop back when the Wii U was a thing.
A remake or a re-release is going to be so nice, but the bad part about it is that rip all the leaderboards.
I mean, because they're like so active right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, off topic a little bit, but tomorrow is the day. You know, it is the 30th anniversary. I'm holding out that we'll get some sort of remake news. You know,
If we get news tomorrow, that'd be like.
I think it has to happen, right? There has to be something.
I don't know. On 420?
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get a Blazing Blade remake on 420. It's genius. It works out so well.
Speaking of news, do I have time to jump in with a quick dono?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we got the $30 from Jinx the. I don't see if there's a comment on it. His method of donation didn't show it, so if there wasn't a comment, I'm sorry. I mean, if there was a comment, I'm sorry, I can't find it. but thank you very much for the 30+1 support that you've given us today.
Okay, you wouldn't believe it, but my mind was blown when I was relearning this chapter. I was like, oh, this is sneaky. There's a longbow archer in that big group of enemies, and he normally would be attacking Titania if we kept her there. But if you just move out, literally only the armorer can engage.
Yeah. And Titania's isn't at risk of dying or anything, but animations in this game do drag on a bit. So just even cutting out that one animation ends up saving like I think 15 seconds over, even with all the extra menuing that we have to do. It's a cool strat.
I just love that Soren's completely blocking the left side. Because an archer got a little too close.
Soren is free to get lost in his books now.
Just gonna sit there. Whole like army like right in front of him. Yeah. He's chilling.
Okay, just being sure. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've actually played this game, not gonna lie.
By a while, you mean
What else?
2 days ago?
It was pretty fun coming back to it, yeah. Dude, I love the speedrun for this game.
It's
Oh,
cool.
by the way, bye, Ileana.
Bye, Liana.
Bye, Liana.
Later, dweeb.
Wow, calling her a dweeb? Rude.
So the reason we play in Japanese, so first of all, we need to sell the bands for money, because we'll need a lot of money. But you can forge items in this game, which is pretty cool. And some items have a native 5 crit chance. And when you forge items, so attack and weight go up and down by 1. Crit goes up and down by 3. And no, yes. And then
Yes.
hit goes up and down by 5. So the weapons that have 5 as a native crit stat, so Slim Lances, Slim Swords, and Thunder Tomes, if you make them go down by 2, they'll be at 0. But in the Japanese version, they'll actually be at -1, which is gonna like underflow their value and just end up being at 255. So Titania has a lance that's just gonna crit every single time that she hits anything.
And this is the big reason why Japanese is faster than English, because it just saves so much time, makes things a lot more consistent. And again, she doesn't, now that she has a guaranteed crit, she doesn't have to double attack anything, which is a lot of time save that adds up from lack of animations.
Oh, whoops.
This glitch does have some serious limitations, though, contrary to popular belief, because, again, this is limited to Slim Lances, Slim Swords, and Thunder Tomes. Meaning that you can't use this glitch with any 1 to 2 range weapons besides Thunder Tomes. So if we need to counterattack stuff at 2 range, we still have to rely on Javelin or canned axes, which is going to be very frequent. So,
And these are low might weapons, so you kind of need a strength stat to be able to one round everything.
Yep.
The enemies do get pretty bulky later on. So it's not as strong as some people think, but it's still pretty powerful.
yeah, like even with this glitch, the overall route between English and Japanese are like 95% still the same. So usually you can just replace the Slim Forge with like a Silver Forge, and you can still do the same strats. It's just a little less reliable. Wait, the other big difference is that Gwimpage had all these bands that he had, and on the GameCube's memory card, if you have beaten the game at any points, you unlock fixed growth mode, and also all of these bands that you can equip to boost your growth rates a bit. And he sold all of them for 2,000 gold, because in the Japanese version, you just get way less gold overall in the Japanese version, and forges are also double price in the Japanese version versus English. And even with selling all of those bands, we still will have way less money than we did if we had played the English version. Whereas in the English version, you don't even have to sell anything. You already have enough money to cap every forge. So that's like actually one kind of convenient thing about the English version that the Japanese version loses out on.
Yeah, for some reason, like, they kind of like halved the forge cost for everything. So to max out like a steel axe or something, it would cost like 2,000 versus like 4,000 on the Japanese version, and it does add up like to the entire game.
Yeah, like there are a lot of times in a speedrun where we would like to forge like 12 crit on a javelin or something in the Japanese version, but we just don't have the money to afford it. Or sometimes we can't cap the hit on a weapon because, again, we can't afford it. Whereas in the English version, you can cap the crit and hit of every weapon, and you're still perfectly okay.
You could forge a weapon every chapter, and you'd probably still be fine.
Yeah, you could.
So we got Marcia. She auto recruits if you just kind of chill out. So we moved back in a way where she would just reach him on 2.
Oh, counter.
Nice.
No, I went for the weenie strat.
Wow, baby. So ideally, you can kill the boss by just using a Slim Forge on him directly, which is faster. The problem is, if you do, you don't one-shot him. So he has a chance of activating counter, which is a 6% chance, I think. So if he activates that and then hits you with his Night Killer, which is effective on Titania, then she will usually die.
Yeah, it does 33 damage and you had 27, so if both those things happened, which is a very small chance, she'll die. I've only played this game once in a marathon, and that happened, so just saying.
So the safer strat is what Gwimpage did, which is to weaken him with a ranged weapon and then finish him off. Slim Forge. Oh yeah, so this chapter is kind of fun. We're gonna play Metal Gear Solid a bit. And if we finish this chapter without getting detected by these 3 soldiers, then you get a huge bonus experience dump, which you get, I think, 1,100. On top of like the chapter completion and whoever else escapes and things like that. We also have like these green units we can recruit. A really good unit, a really overrated unit, and a not very good unit. So
We'll let you decide which one's which.
yeah, but we're not gonna bother with any of them because we don't need any of them for the speedrun.
Braum's OP, I don't know what you're talking about. Silverblade Braum?
Silverblade Braum.
Listen, I know we're making fun of Braum here, because I gotta step in to save my boy. In FE10, he has Disarm, and Disarm is great. I love Disarm. Every single time I play FE10 hard mode, right? The only thing I do is level up Braum and level up Heather, and I just try to see how many weapons I can get. You know, just as many things as I can possibly steal. It's so good. Got like 3 toxic lances, a killer lance. The enemies are running around in chapter like 2, 3 with no weapons. Just like, what do? I can't do anything. I'm just like, okay. Anyway, I did interrupt also for a reason, which is we just got a $200 donation from Firespike.
Ooh.
Firespike, a name that I remember from 2018, and is coming back with a hefty donation, saying, always fun watching the event each year. Had to drop my donation during the Path of Radiance segment to show my Tellius bias. Good bias. Good luck on the run, Gwim. However, I don't appreciate this Ileana bashing in my wholesome Fire Emblem stream.
Thanks for the dodo fire.
Yeah, we're supposed to be saving the kids, right? Not making fun of the kids.
Yeah. Also, with that donation, we have officially hit over 9K total raised.
What?
Which is
Over
really
9,000?
over 9,000, which is really, really cool. We've almost hit 1K in this stream alone. So that is really, really cool. Thank you guys so much for donating. And, you know, we're pushing. We're going to keep going for it. We can make our goal. I don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, but I know we can definitely do it. So let's just keep it up.
Dude, I'm totally Tellius biased too, don't worry. No
I love
plan.
Tellius.
I love Tellius.
Okay, it's not enough to love it, it's that it's the best, okay?
Oh yeah, speedrunning is going on. We're dumping a lot of bonus experience into Marsha.
Yeah, so for the next map, it's useful for her to be promoted. It's not required, but very useful. And then just for the rest of the game, we're going to be using Marsha as our main unit. So just giving her all the XP right now is pretty useful.
And she has pretty good growth all around too, so like she's just gonna be solid all around. Kind of iffy on the bulk side, but since she's gonna be so over leveled at this point, she's relatively bulky for now.
Yeah,
And she flies.
and she flies.
Yeah,
But
important thing.
Even later in the game, like her bulk isn't really an issue other than like a few chapters. But yeah, no,
we
she's
have
good.
2 stat boosters.
I think we give her 2 Seraph Ropes on the route, so she gets plus 14 HP. But again, this is fixed growth, so all of these levels are predetermined. But yeah, after promoting Marsha, we're also going to dump some into Ike. Because I think he needs 12 defense for this chapter strat to work 100% of the time.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, the AI in this game, we don't understand it.
We
but
don't understand it.
We know what it does.
Did anyone
'cause-
try to look into chapter 20 with that stupid short spear wyvern?
Oh,
That guy's a jerk for no reason. If you move Khalil somewhere on the map, like he'll canto out of the way. But if Khalil's missing or like she's not in that spot, like the short spear wyvern will literally always block you. It makes no sense, and I was like, you know, if there's gonna be a route improvement, it's gonna be that, and I really don't know what to fix.
I don't know, we're like halfway to getting the full guard out of the way.
Oh no, I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, we're doing things again. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, we're doing things. Okay, yeah. We just finished our BXP dump, so... Yeah. This is an Arrive chapter, which is basically a different sort of Seize chapter.
Yeah.
You can kind of guess what we're about to do.
So Marsha has 9 move at this point, which is pretty nice. And they don't have any flyers right now. I think there are 3 that spawn later, but they don't even attack us even if you're close by, I think.
Yeah, so the AI actually won't go to move if there's no attackable units in range, so we could just fly the river.
So, on this enemy phase coming up, for some reason, if Ike doesn't have enough defense, then a random Cavalier will have a random chance of blocking her way, and that basically kills the run if it happens. For whatever reason, if Ike has 12 defense, I think, then that never happens. Which is why the experience routing is really tight for Ike, because you barely have enough to promote Marsha and get Ike up to 12 defense. Is it 12? I think it's 12.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
12.
sure it's 12.
Okay.
It's weird because, like, out of nowhere, you have this EXP benchmark you have to meet for Ike and Mercia. And the enemies just moved in a way where, like, they're just completely out of the way for, like, no reason.
Fire Emblem AI.
Ooh, and then I randomly was able to one-shot this guy, too.
Nice.
Sometimes we have to two-shot him.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't happen often, if I remember.
Yeah, you need to roll low, I think, both on HP and defense for that to work. I think.
I know it's
Yeah.
happened to me, at least, but I don't remember when it happened. So,
Yeah.
it's that uncommon. It saves like a second because, again, animations. So we're gonna have like 2 or 3 boat chapters in a row now. This upcoming one is a route chapter, and we have to take out all these bird lagoos. They're kind of annoying because they fly and nobody can reach them besides our flyer. So we're gonna have Marsha take out the majority of them, and Titania take out a few that aren't gonna be near Marsha.
So we're not gonna go for the weenie strat that Kirby came up with?
Wow. Yeah. So there's a boss here called Seeker. And he has corrosion, which is really bad if he activates it, because you'll lose like a lot of your Slim 4 juices. And he also has a Miracle, and he's what I like to call the first of the miraculous trio of hell. Because there are 3 bosses in the run that have Miracle. Seeker, Hafed from chapter 27, and Enna. And if they activate Miracle, you just lose time. So, Miracle. And if you don't remember, Miracle... The Miracle ability gives you a luck % chance of just taking half damage from a lethal blow. So, it's annoying.
It's half damage in this game.
It's really, really bad. Holy crap.
So the chances of the boss activating both Miracle and Corrosion are really, really low. But if it does happen, it's really bad because we need like all the Slim Forge uses.
Yeah, the Slim Forge uses are really meticulously planned to account for pretty much every minor worst case scenario. Like they're really tight. So looks like we're good to go for now.
Easy.
Yep. This next chapter is probably one of my favorites to speedrun because there's a lot of minor objectives you have to speed it up. And there's just a lot of things you're doing with a lot of units. It's a survive chapter, so you can't really end it early, but you can kind of end it early because it's a 12-turn. It's a 12-turn survive chapter, but if there are no more enemy units on the map by turn 10, I think, then the chapter ends. So you kind of want to route the map, but not go too far out of our way to do it really quickly, because it doesn't matter how quickly we do it as long as we do it by turn 10. We also want to open every chest on the map because there's going to be a bunch of ravens that show up and they're going to go after the chest. But if there aren't any chests for them to pilfer, then they're just going to leave the map, which will save us time.
So, yeah, this map's really weird. So it is a defend map, but like it ends early before. I think on turn 7, if there's no enemies on the map.
Is it turn 7? I
7?
don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's
You can check the notes.
Yeah, this is a convenient time to dump more bonus experience into Marsha because it gives her a chance of getting in one-shot range of some of the enemies here to save time uses. And it's also convenient to give her as much skill as possible because she's not going to have 100 hit on some bosses coming up. And every bit helps.
Brain fart, brain fart.
Can I just say a quick donation?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we actually have a $19 donation from Mojo, who the way you donated, similar to the other person before, is a little weird. So we don't know if you have a message or not. Assuming not, because I usually can read this. But just to let you guys know, technically with all these donations, we have hit over $1,000 raised in this stream alone.
Nice.
So that is, really cool. A really cool milestone. Just for the future, not that I'm happy whichever way you want to donate or where you want to donate or so on and so forth, all works out really well. It's a lot easier if you donate to the person that says my name, Brent Katz, just because then I can export the notes a little bit easier and kind of get that done. It once again doesn't necessarily matter where you donate, other than Naira. That's a different prize pool altogether. But just be careful of that because it makes it a little bit easier for me. That's the only real announcement I have about that. But yeah, no, we're doing a really good job so far, and everyone keep it up.
Okay, so there's a lot of things going on here. We do need to spread our units out. There's a lot of kind of juggling bulk and like shoves around. So we had 2 new recruitables. Katri's returning. Astrid's a new recruitable. So the best way to recruit Astrid is just shoving Ike a couple times to recruit her on turn 1. Otherwise, she'll have to fight this enemy phase. And usually she doesn't survive it. Astrid's notoriously bad at like living.
That's so depressing. I mean, she seems pretty good in this game.
She is. It's just level 1, and like
Yeah,
that Myrmidon or whatever at the start just kind of like claps
just wrecks her.
Yeah, she's a level 1 bow knight, so she can't even like counterattack if something comes up. It's... she has a rough time.
Yeah,
Pretty
no
good
kidding.
though.
Yeah, she comes with a really good item, so worth it recruiting her and worth it to just help her get these NPCs out of the way. Because these guys are actually kind of annoying.
We want to like rescue as many green units as possible to minimize the green unit phase. So.
Especially that guy that just attacks. It always like pains me because he has a steel lance, and he would kill that soldier with his steel lance, but he steps back to use his javelin and not kill that soldier. I hate it every time.
I remember that now. Wow, yeah, it's really annoying.
We're gonna get him out of the way now. So Leaf and Morty are actually pretty good characters. Leaf pretty much always starts transformed, and she has decent combat, so like she's actually not bad. And Morty is like, oh my god.
Oh, you forgot to rescue.
Oh shit, I did. Oops. Okay. I'm not cursing!
Listen, it's early, all right? This, in 2018, I would have been, like, not fuming, but been like, oh, he's just a thing, you know? I am almost positive that come late night shenanigans where it's 3 a.m. EST, that I will be, well, I mean, we're on boats, so I'll be cursing like a sailor. You know, that's what will be happening.
All that's out the window.
Yeah, it's gone. It's eventually it's some hour of the day. Just everything disappears. It doesn't happen anymore. You try your best, and there it goes.
Yeah, so that guy's gonna waste a bit of time, but it's nothing super bad, as long as he survives. Wait, is this chapter 13?
Oh, annoying. Yeah, this is chapter 13.
Oh, you actually don't get, or according to Serenes Forest, you don't get bonus XP if green units survive.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah.
No, stay out of the way! Stay out of the way!
Oh no.
Look at how useless he is!
Good green units.
I don't even know what to do. This guy's like just.
It's gonna take an extra turn, but I don't think you need to worry about that because Titania usually finishes first, anyways. Oh yeah, that guy survived.
Yeah, she missed her javelin on him.
Well,
And I
that
already
doesn't happen much, right?
No.
I first hit on it, so it's kind of rare.
You're just kind of there.
I'm gonna yank a kill with Titania though.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't like. I must have played this game so many times as a kid, and I honestly don't remember seeing like the sails and like everything in this map, just kind of like how your characters phase through it. Yeah, like what? I don't remember that at all. What was this changed from like the Japanese version to like the English version?
I don't think so.
That was
I
always
don't
there.
remember. By the way, I got by Japanese text. I thought that was chest, but it was drop.
Oh no.
Yeah, no one who runs this game actually reads Japanese, so. Which is actually hard in a menu-intensive game.
Yeah.
Isn't the third of it just pictures and icons too, though?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, at least those help, because that'd be rough.
Yeah, the weapon icons thankfully have like pictures that are unique to them, unlike in Fate, so it's actually pretty nice for the most part. But like I don't know any any Japanese, so like I'm pretty helpless with that.
Yeah, so at the end, since there weren't any chests, like we mentioned earlier, the ravens just leave. Which ends the chapter. It's great.
Yeah, cool chapter. This chapter is kind of cool. We're gonna take a bit of a detour, actually. I think it's like a 20-second detour to visit the village in the upper left corner and ignore Marsha's brother, because there is a village that gives us the Vantage Scroll, and the Vantage Scroll is not needed for like anything at all. It's just there as a time save. because what Vantage does is that you always attack first on the counterattack. And you can imagine if you can one-shot on the counterattack, you save time because the enemy unit that's attacking you will not actually attack you. So it helps with bulk, but it also just saves time on animations.
Yeah, they changed it in future games, but in this game, Vantage will always happen, as opposed to when you're like under 50%, I think it is in Three Houses.
It is in Three Houses, it is in Fates as well.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
yeah, no, Vantage will just work all the time, and we have an auto crit lance.
Yeah. So like this is a route change that differs between Japanese and English, because in English version, the Vantage Scroll is not worth it because you don't have a lance that crits 100% of the time, so you're not going to save much time with it as you would in the Japanese version. But you do actually lose a little bit of time with every round of combat with Vantage, because every time you enter a round of combat, you see like a little bit of an orange blip that loses a little bit of time every time it happens. Desert Chapter! Woo! Woo!
This desert chapter is pretty unique that all of these enemies that we're fighting aren't actually bad guys, so you're actually rewarded for keeping as many of them as alive as you can.
And that's
So
our
just-
goal anyways.
Yeah, it's really nice. Thieves also have full movement in the desert in this game, and thieves are guaranteed to find treasure. And there's a boots up in the northern area of the map, which gives +2 move, which is really useful. But yeah, the only enemy we're going to kill on this map is the boss, which we have to kill because it's a defeat boss map. So we're going to get a lot of bonus experience from this map, which is going to be really convenient.
Oh darn, rip
I can
Stefan.
get the numbers actually.
And for how much time Vantage saves?
No, for the bonus XP.
Oh,
An
okay.
extra 450 if all the enemy Lagoos survive. How much time Vantage saves would be hard to tell.
I made like a massive chart, and I think like on average it's around 20 to 20 seconds. Top time
Okay.
save. Something like that. Like you save around 40 to 45 seconds on average from animations, but it takes around 20 seconds to get it and menu
Yeah.
it. So
And all the orange blips and stuff.
yeah. That was not fun to time. Like I basically replay like every times and try to like take the averages of them
Okay.
without Vantage. So like that's kind of how I went by it, but it's consistently faster. So
Yeah.
Can't relate. All I did was just kind of lay the foundation down for the route and then just like ditched Kirby and Flo and doing more.
I'll come back when the game's ready. Peace, guys.
actually, I'm curious if I have that chart around. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I made a similar chart in English, and then pretty quickly I realized it's just not worth it at all.
Yeah. So one small optimization. So we did the EXP to level 20 for stats, but also every time he kills an enemy now or gets in combat, he won't have the extra XP bar, so that just saves a bit more time,
Mhm.
which is nice. Our goal is to do that with Marsha as well.
I'm saving a lot because who knows what'll happen.
Yeah, I don't think we've reset yet, which is good.
I do have the chart. It's 25 seconds of time save on average.
There you go.
Yeah. And that's taking into account the fact that you have 0% chance of getting poisoned in apparently chapter 23.
Oh
Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, so this chapter you can like save a minute from the current strat we're doing if you want to skip the full guard. What the full guard does is it makes anything effective against you not effective anymore, which
So
if
yeah,
you can think
so
it's pretty important.
if Marcia equips it, she won't be weak to bows and wind magic anymore. Which is kind of a big deal when you're still on the chapters, and Marcia would be getting into a lot of combat.
The thing is, like, there's only really one chapter where you really need the full guard, which is the bridge chapter, because there's a bunch of high-power ballistas that are just gonna hit her really hard.
Yeah.
So like if there's a consistent way to do that chapter without the full guard, then you're gonna save a minute because you can skip getting it here.
And critical hits are 3 times the weapon's might. So if you have like I'm not sure how much it is. I think 15 might for the ballistas.
It's if weapon effectiveness in this game is ×2 of the weapon's might. So if a ballista had like 15 might, then it would have 30 might in this game. So yeah, like weapon effectiveness is mostly pretty weak in this game, but since ballistas have pretty high might, it's still a lot with ×2.
All right, my internet just messed up there, so I totally missed all that. But yes, whatever
Yes.
you said. is probably right.
In most games, weapon effectiveness is ×3, so pretty dangerous.
This one's ×3, right?
Path of Radiance is ×2. English Blazing Sword is ×2. It's ×2 for all versions of Path of Radiance.
Oh.
That's why bows suck in this game.
Serenes Forest is wrong then.
Does it say ×3?
Yeah.
Oh, well, and they're wrong then. It's ×2 in this game.
Unless I forget when I was looking into this game, but...
Is it different between the versions, the language version?
No,
No,
it's
it
not
should
for
be
this
not.
game.
Yeah, for this one, it's just ×2 for all.
Yeah, it totally says ×3. Okay. There's an error on the site.
Ooh,
Oh,
I need to go fix that.
Kill it.
Thank you.
One sec, I can link you the page. If that helps.
Yeah, thank you.
Imagine if the full guard was like on the top left corner.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god, oh no. We don't talk about that. Please
Then
no.
we would need...
But yeah, so like this is one of those enemy phases where we're getting a lot of mileage out of it. All these Myrmidons are just going to die when they attack her without any sort of attack animation. Alright, Steve's chapter. About wrapped up. Oh, so the weapon that Marsha just got is the Spear, which is a really good weapon because it's a 1-2 range lance has pretty high power. I think it also has a little bit of crit. It's stronger than any sort of javelin we can forge, so it's something that we want to use for some bosses, basically. And now we're feeding Ike a slim sword with 255 crit.
Yeah, I think we're gonna fuse like 3 more slim weapons after this, or 2 more. I think
Not
3
too
more.
many. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, we're only gonna use so many units, but like all our attacking units are gonna have slim forges.
If you're not using a slim forge, you're using a javelin.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
This chapter is kind of annoying because like there's a lot of units that have stat variances when you counterattack them with javelins, and sometimes Marsha will one-shot some, sometimes she won't, and it's kind of annoying because you can run out of javelin uses if you're really unlucky.
Yeah, it's very tight. I think your javelin will break.
I think worst case scenario,
last.
you're one short, so you lose time from it. I couldn't really figure out a way around it, if I remember correctly.
Me neither.
Wait, if your forge breaks, I think you would just
Yeah.
use the normal one and then something later. I forget.
I don't
I think
remember.
you need the forge for the second turn because like that halberdier is just slightly too bulky for the normal javelin.
Yeah. But the first part of this chapter anyways, if you take more than 2 turns, the reinforcements show up, and then you lose like 2.5 minutes or something stupid.
You lose a lot of time. So you really want to end this in 2.
I may have missed discussion on this, but if you have a weapon that has 1 use and it were to be used twice in battle, would it actually do that? Like in FE6?
Only
Okay.
once.
Yeah, only once, then it breaks.
Okay, I should be fine because she one-shots mages and then she has 2 uses. Calculated. Route maps of reinforcements? I heard you like Birthright.
Fun fact, Birthright has ambush spawns, but Conquest does not.
Okay.
Yet another reason
Ambush
why
spawns, like,
nor Master Race.
in one specific situation, I'm pretty sure.
Fun fact, I believe in there's a chapter in Birthright where your goal is to escape with not Violet, Corin. But if you deploy nobody besides Corin and you escape with only Corin, then you game over.
What?
Because the game thinks you don't have any units on the map left, so you game over.
That's hilarious.
Fun fact is to this day that people say Realm is still waiting for turn 25.
Oh, so this variation is actually really silly. There's 4 parts to this chapter, and the second one is probably like the easiest.
Yeah, because it's just an arrive chapter with no enemy on it. Convenience. Chapter 17 kind of features all 4 different kinds of objectives, which is kind of, well, I guess. You have a route, you have an arrive, you have a defeat boss, you have a defend. Although the defend one's not so great.
No, it's like my least favorite chapter in the entire game.
This map would be way better if the environment didn't look so cruddy.
And if you weren't like forced to hold someone.
For real. That would make it so much easier. So now we have Leanne, plot-wise, like carrying her around and he's not letting go. So we have to play around this, and we can't rescue Ike anymore, so he'll have to actually fight things himself.
We did get an elixir all the way back in like chapter 3, I think, and this is where we're going to be using an Ike probably, because I can only take so many hits before he goes down.
Yeah, worst case we'll need to use it twice, which I think only happens if Ike gets hit like every single time.
You have to be really unlucky.
Yeah.
So this is actually some pretty cool setup that Kirby came up with.
Did I come up
for
with this?
Map.
Oh, I
pretty
did.
sure you did. I set up the get in the corner, but then you like optimized it further.
It's been so long since I like played around with writing this game.
Because like I would be getting attacked by the mages and the soldier, but Kirby actually came up with this really clever setup.
Because you want to avoid magic attacks, because magic animations take a lot longer than physical animations. So
That must have been a long time ago, because that was like this is definitely has been the route since I started running, and that was like what 2018.
yeah,
it
this
was
was
a
definitely
while
I think
ago.
before that.
It was definitely after AGDQ.
Your HQ run was probably like, I think like 2015, 2016.
2016. It was forever ago.
It was forever ago.
That was a really fun run, but oh my god, it was so long.
It was like
ago.
at 2 a.m. though. Those were the days. Yeah, defend chapter. Not much to say, so I think it's a good time to plug what we're about again. Extra life.
Sure thing. So, actually, I do have a donation that I can read.
Nice.
We have $50 from Nate DeDuro. No message, but thank you so much for your donation. Once again, we are all here to support Extra Life. Extra Life helps raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which funds all these different types of research treatments and things for kids, which are, the most important probably thing in the world. So that way, humanity keeps growing strong. So we're all here today to celebrate Fire Emblem because the 30th anniversary of the first game is tomorrow, which is actually nuts if you think about how it's 30 years, like crazy. Like I'm only 23. The game's been out longer than I've been alive, and yet it feels like Like I don't remember a day where I haven't liked the game, so I'm not. It's kind of weird. But anyway, we're all here to celebrate good cause. If you do !info, you can find out more. !donate, and you can find a link to donate. And !prizes to see some of the cool prizes that you can win by donating, including signed cards of Ike, Titania, Soren, and Nephany. I should really honestly. Every time I can't say something, I should just donate $1. I feel like I'd lose all my money by the end of the stream, but I feel like it'd be worth it.
All these German donators
Not
coming
knowing how to
in.
pronounce anything.
But so anyway, that's basically my little spiel. And you can win some cool prizes. So if you can donate. If you can't, just keep on staying with us and having a good time.
Donate $1 for the first mispronunciation.
I think I'm already $15 into that. The stream's not even halfway over. I'm $15 in.
His name is ePay, not Ipe.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna still mess that up.
And I'm pretty sure it's Nephany like Stephanie.
Oh,
I like that.
Huh. I have to remember that from now on.
It took me 12 years to think of that.
Darn, I have to use elixir twice.
Oh. I mean, you
Unless
can
we just
YOLO it and just bank it on a dodge,
No,
right?
no, you can't. You can't. You don't.
I'm
don't
gonna
do
do
that.
it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, never mind. Oh, we would have dodged. We would have been fine. Ah!
Oh god, here we go.
Uh-oh.
I didn't equip that.
So, cool mechanics in this game. So when a weapon breaks, the game's automatically going to equip the next one. If you use the last use of a vulnerary or an elixir or something like that, and you don't have anything equipped, the game's going to equip a weapon. So now he has this Slim Forge equipped. And I
He's gonna
think
kill everything.
Yeah.
Everything literally.
kill every last one of them. But the problem is,
I didn't realize we were in Blue Lions runs again.
he's still holding someone, so if he gets hit too much times, using that elixir might have actually killed him.
Wow, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. This is literally the last turn of the defend map.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
you gotta get your bad luck.
Oh my god.
I get your share of bad luck after my
The run
run.
was really good until this point.
Great mechanic, equipping your weapon for you.
When did you use the first elixir though? Because in the round, I don't think you would have used it at all.
Was it in chapter 8? Might have been.
Yeah, I did actually.
That would be why
I
I don't know.
did need it in chapter 8 though.
Yeah, because normally you'd still have all 3 uses there.
Bummer. Maybe I should have just YOLO'd.
I'm sorry. This isn't part of my fault.
It's fine.
We're just gonna pretend that this defense chapter ever happened, so I have to go back and reread everything. Mispronounce more names.
I can't believe Ike is dead.
Can't believe it, dude.
It's so sad.
I can't believe.
Can we get 50 likes? This is so sad.
Dude, I thought Ike was unkillable. 2005 GameFAQs lied to me.
Isn't he a 5-star unit? Like, literally better than any mount in this game?
Oh my god, those are the days.
Don't ever use Marcus either, guys. He's an EXP hog.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Marcia's already promoted. Why am I still using her? She's so good at experience.
Is she capped at this point? I don't remember if she is.
Not yet. She
Not-
caps in the next level.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Almost at level 2020.
That means we're not going to use her anymore soon. Dang.
Insta benched.
Benched.
Yeah, and this is when Cannon picks up the run. And then Tanith carries.
Oh, Tanith is such a good unit. I love her.
Tanith's great.
He's kind of slept on a lot of people because she's just so good. Holy crap! Even without reinforce, she's really good.
You know, I'm gonna blame that hammer fighter at the start. He actually managed to hit Ike. And he's got a really low hit rate.
And he does like 10 damage or something.
Yeah. Just a big chunk.
But weapon triangle. Well, weapon triangle in this game is only plus 10 hit and avoid, so it's not 15 like in a lot of games.
He had 30 hit rate. How did he hit?
When I was playing this map like casually, on like hard mode, I would always be, you get like all your good units. You're not playing a speedrun, so you're just kind of murdering everything in this map. I was always trying to get it so dead on I could have all my units surrounding Oliver when he comes out of the woods, like just everyone right next to him. Yeah. It was always so funny because there was like 20 people around him and no one stopped him. He just walked right in, said, "Oh my god, I gotta go," and then he leaves. It's like, hello?
Game's great.
Ugh. How many turns left?
5?
This is turn 5, maybe.
Ooh, so this is actually the last chapter before Ike promotes. And kind of like the second half starts. Second half's a little crazy. There's a lot of C's and defeat boss in the second half of the map or game. It's also when like the enemies start getting like way stronger and actually in Marcia.
They start actually doing damage to Marcia.
Yeah. Like the thing is, our Marcia is really over leveled, but like she's gonna cap soon, and then the enemies are gonna start getting stronger, whereas she's not getting stronger. So.
Hey guys, why do you keep calling Est Marcia?
We don't talk about Ez.
In my current Fire Emblem 12 Lunatic playthrough, I'm trying to train S. In Lunatic. She's like level 9 right now, so she's like one level away from promotion. Although I don't know if I want to early promote her.
I mean, it's pretty much established that she's the best flyer.
Oh no,
Nice.
I gotta go. I gotta go. Okay, this is actually the end of the map. Let's save so we don't have to do that again.
Best pun ever.
No, stop.
So this is also a really short section of the chapter again. Back to
Cool.
going fast paced and stuff.
You must be ecstatic to hear some more puns.
I'm about to deafen myself.
And these puns are just flying out of your mouth.
Sorry, R.I.P. Oliver.
R.I.P. Oliver.
You're not going to read his dialogue? His
let's-
Japanese dialogue?
Yeah, let's go like the Japanese to English dictionary out.
I guess you could say he can rest in peace.
So Ike promotes.
Yeah, and his promo bonuses are actually pretty good for some reason.
Trying to make up for being sword locked and somehow.
But he gets
Fun-
Ragnall, okay? Best
Like-
weapon in the game. Like literally the last chapter.
Yeah, he used it for 2.5 chapters.
Fun fact, my copy of Radiant Dawn freezes when Micaiah promotes to her 3rd tier, so I was never able to beat it.
Oh no.
So plot progression related promotions are something I don't like in CD-based Fire Emblem.
Fun fact, my game glitches out whenever I try to use Meg and she dies and I have to restart the chapter. It's just cursed. I don't know what to do about it, you know? I just can't use her, I guess. It's so sad.
Oh no.
Okay, there is some new stuff that Kirby added to this base. I am.
By new, you mean like 3 years ago or something?
Yes. That is new enough.
Yeah, we're kind of doing some preps for the next chapter because the next chapter is a route chapter. And it's kind of a tedious one since you're kind of going through this long winding corridor and no real way to speed it up besides just go through as far as possible and kill everything each turn.
And no warp in this game.
Yep, no warp. We do get a rescue stack, which we'll use a little bit near the end of the run. More bonus experience dump.
We got our character.
We got Rayson. He doesn't dance, but he's basically our dancer of the game. He allows him 1 unit to move again. He's kind of OP in that if he transforms as a Lagoose, then he flies and has more movement and can, most importantly, dance for 40 units at a time. But unfortunately, that takes like 5 turns for him to transform, so you're never going to see that.
I remember looking into using Lagoose Stone Racing, but like it was just never worth it. It's such a shame because his Heron farm is so much fun.
Yeah, you can do some nutty stuff with that. But we only really use like 2 units anyways. So.
I think this is the last chapter where you see Titania get significant use. She's used like once in 22. Yeah, and then that's it.
And that's it, yeah.
Ah, what is this?
Tanith. For a second, I was concerned that you drew Tanith's cursor path to be longer than it was supposed to be, and then I forgot this is in 3 houses.
Is that how it works in 3 houses?
So 3 houses path drawing is kind of janky because in most Fire Emblem games, if you draw a unit's path such that you don't take the shortest path possible, and then you move a unit, the game treats it as if you move that unit the shortest path. And then so if you like want to go 4 up, but you end up going like 1 right, 4 up, 1 left with the unit with Kanto, then the game will treat your Kanto movement as if you moved only 4 tiles. But 3 houses doesn't do that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so if you, with the example I just gave, if you go 1 right, 4 up, 1 left instead of 4 up, then the game calculates your Kanto as if you moved 6 tiles on the first move, which is bad. And kind of a dumb oversight given literally every game with Kanto doesn't do that, even the Super Nintendo ones. So I don't know how they overlooked that, but whatever.
Okay, so this chapter is actually sort of cool with your turn 1 setup. On turn 1, we actually did need to shove Rayson just a little further, so Marcia can reach his chest midway through the map. And because she does need to kill an enemy on that turn she would get near the chest, it's actually really important that we do reach that chest in time. Because we have some Siege Tome magic users on this map, and they won't actually engage unless you're like point blank on them. So just to save some time, we did kind of go out of our way to push Marcy a little further than we needed, or than we had at the start.
So we're recruiting Shinon, right?
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
Airdrop Rolf in.
I mean, come on, like he's the best unit in the game, clearly. You know, and like if he dies here, you can't get him an FE10. That's how that works, right? Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I could have did something weird with Titania here, but you know. I don't remember exactly where the spot is. I think
Tanith needs to be up one, and then Titania's down left from her.
yeah. Because there's gonna be reinforcements at the starting spawn.
Bye, Shinan.
Yeah. Almost forgot about him.
Now, to recruit Shinan, you have to talk to him with Rolf and then beat him with Ike. So, kind of annoying.
Yeah, Rel's been on the bench since like he joined, so unlucky.
Do you even get Shinan's Brave Bow if you kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, at least you get that then. Okay.
Hello, Brave Bow.
Which is basically a free weapon for Astrid.
Assuming you don't have her promoted by this point and she's not already using axes.
But yeah, Tanith, Raisin, and Titania and at this point are on very specific tiles to block some reinforcements from spawning. And given this is a route map, we don't want any reinforcements. They waste time.
This guy has Nihil, the most broken skill.
Oh no.
We can't Vantage crit him.
You can't Vantage him, no! Rip.
I don't even think I've got any Vantage crits yet with my Javelin.
Yeah, this chapter is kind of annoying in that, like, you save a lot of time if you get a Javelin Vantage crit. You have, like, roughly 20 crit. You save, like, quite a few seconds for each lucky crit you get. So it's kind of annoying because you can just have so much time variance with that.
Yeah, that's like a lot of the English route.
I wish I didn't route this in, but it was a time save, so... eh.
Yeah, if you're playing on the Japanese version of this game, you're a sweaty triad. So
The three of us.
All three of us.
Only three of us.
okay, we're just wrapping up this chapter.
Yep. I think this is like the second to last big route chapter in the game, so yay.
Thankfully.
Thankfully.
Yeah, this game is actually pretty fast-paced turn-wise. Because there's a lot of C's objectives and stuff. A lot of it's just movement-based. And we do have, like, an 11-move flyer. So a lot of maps actually do go by pretty fast. Especially if we, like, count in Shove and Racing and stuff.
Oof. I think the next chapter is one of my favorites. The Shove Train. Choo-choo, choo-choo. All aboard the Shove Train.
This strat is goofy.
So casually, this map's actually really hard because Nasal is here, which is the king of the crows. But we're not going to deal with him.
Yeah, he pretty much kills all of our units, even Marsha. So he's very scary.
I remember on the early parts of writing this, like, we actually did have Mercia go through Mesala.
No.
Oh my god, oh no.
Were you guys running the game at that point?
I don't think so.
This was like a 2 or 3 turn before.
All aboard the Shove Train.
With this chapter having snow and everything, it's got me thinking, does this chapter, or in this game, play differently on the GameCube versus a Wii in terms of performance speed?
I don't think so.
I never timed it. I think If it does, but it's mostly negligible, from what I remember. But I never timed it myself.
Yeah, I remember checking between white Wii's and black Wii's, because black Wii's do load a bit faster, and it was like frames difference for some sections.
Right. Like I mostly noticed because like I used to speedrun this. Well, I speedrun this on a Wii, and then when I tried to play it on an actual GameCube, a lot of my menus were a tiny bit slower because, well,
Yeah.
tiny bit of extra lag. So I had to menu a little bit slower than what I used to. So I'm kind of going off of that experience where it does matter, but
I think the
Most
menus might
negligible.
lag a little bit, but like the load speeds are the same for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
like it's not going to be by more than a few seconds. I feel like so, it's not a big deal.
Which is
we
weird
recruited
because Radiant,
Khalil.
Radiant Dawn is crazy with the load times between hardware.
Yeah, it's just
God.
Wii games.
Yeah. So we recruited Khalil, or however you pronounce it, and she's a really good unit. She joins as a pre-promote with some pretty good offensive stats and good weapon ranks. She can use siege tomes right off the bat, which is going to be important for a chapter later on. And for some reason, deploying Khalil in this map changes the AI of the enemy units to work out in our favor. So, I don't know. This game's weird.
She can also use knives.
She can use knives. Very important. Yeah, so we have two side objectives in this map. We need to visit the top village and the bottom village. The one near Titania gives us the shove scroll. No, smite scroll, which is shove except shoving by 2 tiles, which is pretty useful. And we're visiting the bottom village for the rescue staff. Titania has a very small chance of getting bonked in this map and dying. I've had it happen like once.
Really? Oh, Tanith?
Tanith, yeah, she can die.
I
It's
was like,
really rare though, but so.
It mostly happens if you get hit by Blizzard, and Blizzard has like a 30 or something % chance of hitting.
She has to get hit by everything basically, which are like all have like lower than 50 hit, whatever.
It's weird because I think if she dodges Blizzard, the Wyverns don't target her really. So like if you dodge Blizzard, you're fine. But if you get hit, then the Wyverns are like, I'm gonna go after Tanith instead.
But they're, I guess, smart because they're going after whoever's weakened. So.
Oh, so the dude already moved, but there's this short spear Wyvern that actually he blocks the way if Khalil's not on the map. For some reason, just putting Khalil near those villages actually manipulates that dude to get out of the way. And it's actually really nice because we only have 2 units near the arrive point. So it's kind of a big deal that...
Is that bad? The Wyvern blocked the rescue house.
Oh!
Could you just meteor him?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Pretty sure Khalil can reach, so...
Yeah, and then...
I vaguely remember something like this happening before, and I'm like, oh crap, wait, I can meteor him, right? Okay, that works.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh no.
What is... What just happened?
Yeah, I don't... What happened?
Marathon luck, ladies and gents.
You can't even shove her, right?
No, I don't have enough unit. I think I'm gonna reset. Because I can't even get anybody to the right point either. Yeah, I'll have to reset. And I'll move Tanith in a different spot. Because you could put Tanith in like 2 to 3 spots.
If you put Khalil on the bottom instead of on the left, that should have worked.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I'll do that. Because for the most part, it doesn't really matter with that movement. It's just that.
Yeah, normally that guy just doesn't block the house, but enjoys.
I've never had that happen ever. Like Tanith can be in this spot and she still can reach.
Yeah, so one reason that some Fire Emblem games are rough to speedrun is that if you make one mistake, and like by one mistake I mean placing a unit one tile too far to the left, for example, you can lose like 2 minutes. So they're fun runs.
They're fun runs, and it is fun menuing and like adjusting to things, but like they're kind of unforgiving. Sometimes they're run ending, but other times you can just like bounce back
Yeah.
if you have enough knowledge on what to do. That is weird. I've never ever had that happen. It shouldn't happen now, because Tan is too far for that guy to canto and reach the village.
Yeah.
I think. We'll see. Yeah, okay, he's not gonna block.
Worst case, now Khalil's in range though, so it's fine. Yeah, I've never seen that happen before. Like, I know the notes say something about that, but it's never happened to me, not even in practice.
It's just so weird because, like, I don't know. I don't normally move Tanith in that spot. I know Kirby did in his world record run, so I just, like, kind of put it there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was Jill's dad, by the way. Rip Jill.
Who's Jill?
Who's Jill?
Jill Fizzard, like the one person who has a last name in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Never heard of
I don't
him.
know.
Oh, darn.
Doesn't Sanaki have, like, this crazy name, too?
I don't remember.
Sanaki
I mean, Alencia.
Kirshaltina or something?
Alencia has a last name.
Well, I'm sure she has a last name. Pretty sure most people do.
Well, I mean, like, Alencia Riddell Crimea, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Atelius lore.
And then you have, like, Claude Fire Emblem.
Oh, Crimea River.
Oh no.
Khalil was too far up left for meteor
Yeah,
change to
Khalil
village.
wouldn't have killed him in one shot. Actually, would she have? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Because she's got like no AS and she doesn't one-shot anything at base.
Yeah, I didn't think of that though. We could have just like at least tried.
What are we talking about? I missed something.
Before the reset, moving Khalil, then dancing her, and then meteoring.
Oh wait, no, that would have worked because she doubles the main wyvern. I forgot.
Does she?
Yeah, she does.
I don't
She doubles
think
him. I remember bumping into this situation before, so I'm like, I remember getting out of this somehow, but I think we just forgot that she actually
Okay.
doubles him. So yeah, the dance would have worked, but oh well.
I honestly don't know. I can check later and I'll tweet about it.
Doubling with meteor.
Oh yeah, you can move Khalil closer using reason to refresh her and snipe the wyvern. She doubles them. There you go. It's in the notes.
Nice. Yeah, because I think, at least for me, I just intuitively don't think of doubling with Meteor, because when do you double with a Siege Dome?
Yeah.
But no, he does double, pretty sure. But yeah, this chapter is kind of interesting because we've been using a Pegasus band on Ike actually, which boosts his resistance growth by 5%, and that actually matters because I think it gives him like in the long run +2 resistance up to this point, versus without having the band, and that actually matters because if Ike had even one less resistance, then the bishop would have a chance of trying to put him to sleep, which is bad. But with the pure water and enough resistance, bishop just doesn't bother even trying. And even if you dodge to sleep, it still wastes time because the animation with sleep staff is pretty long. So you just want to have no chance of it at all. Period.
Oh, I did pure water.
Oh.
See it?
Oh. Okay. Well, that worked out.
That guy's gonna be in the way though.
Yeah, he's gonna try to sleep somebody again.
Oh, I did forget. Yeah, the bishop goes in the way, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'll take an extra turn.
So there's going to be
Druna's
kind of a
actually-
cool strat here because Gwimpage is going to go ahead and recruit Toronian and kind of do a cool rescue take drop to get Ike into range of the throne on the same turn. Although with the bishop blocking the way, it's probably not going to happen this time. But hey,
Yeah, I don't think I should go for it right now.
No, there's no point.
But the strat's actually really cool. So what would happen? Ike would talk to Taronia from above. Taronia would rescue Ike from above, and then Marcia would take drop and then cancel in front of Enna. But I'd probably do to work her done.
Yeah, or else he's gonna ducking you.
miracle, miracle, miracle.
Be nice, be nice, be nice. Listen, I don't have that problem where I just constantly get got by Miracle like you do.
What's the miracle percent there?
I
It's like
think it's like
20 something percent, I think.
Yeah, but she needs to miracle twice in a row for it to actually matter.
I remember it being a 2% chance of her doing it twice in a row.
It's 18.
How much luck did she have? I think that was 18, so yeah, it's a 9% chance, I guess.
Why though? Why? That's so mean!
What?
It's because I
You
I-
attack on player phase instead of whereas normally you attack on enemy phase.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Does it? You can't one round her though on player phase, so.
Yeah, no, we just have to wait in front of her.
Oh, but I can't reach this turn anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter much.
Am I even gonna have enough uses?
You might want to forge an extra one just in case.
Oh, I will. I'm just gonna keep.
Yeah, no, you definitely do before the church, because if you run out at the church, that's like really, really bad.
Okay, we're fine. Sure, we got an extra turn, but we're fine.
I was hoping for some miracle.
Nah. We got Terodia there too, so she would have to proc Miracle like 3 times.
If only this was Radiant Dawn Toronio. Really good in that game. Ignoring his availability. Yeah.
What availability?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna torch my last here.
I love Radiant Dawn. I can use my favorite character for 3 chapters.
But 313 Archer is only available for 1 chapter.
So there's actually a really cool, really fast strat in this chapter that uses Tor mod.
Oh, yeah, we don't talk about that.
That
But it's
cursed
like-
strat.
It's
Yeah.
so inconsistent that it's like not even worth going for.
Yeah, I think you have to like land 2 meteors with Khalil on the boss, which is like an 80% hit rate or something like that, and then you have to trade the meteor and have Tormod try to snipe the boss, which he has like between 30 to 50 hit depending on his
Yeah.
biorhythm, I think. So, yeah, this strat here is just a really consistent variation, sort of, where you use a meteor to take out a priest in the way, use Tanith and Titania to clear a path for Marcia, and then kill the boss up front.
Yeah, this strat's like way lamer than refreshing Khalil and hitting Meteor twice, and then having Tormod hit Meteor at like a 50%.
We never talked about biorhythm. Biorhythm is a thing that sucks.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it. To go into a bit more detail, you pretty much randomly have either bad, neutral, or a good biorhythm. If you're at good biorhythm, you get plus 5% hit and avoid, and then vice versa if you're at bad. And enemies have biorhythm too, so like your hit rates can vary by minus 10% to plus 10% depending on your biorhythm and the target's biorhythm. So it can be kind of annoying. For example, one of the early bosses where we fought a pirate with Titania can have 85, 90, or 95 hit on them, depending on their biorhythms, which is annoying. And it's really bad if you try to go for the Tormod strat with Meteor, because his hit rate can be like down to 30 if you're really unlucky with his biorhythm.
Should I? Nah. I was gonna say, should I just leave the Slim Lance equipped and kill these guys at the start? But you kind of get beat up if you do. So this is the chapter, actually, why we needed the full guard.
You know, they're like all tanking her, whereas if she didn't have the full guard, she'd take like 15 damage or something. Which sounds like she could take it until you realize that there's a lot of other enemies hitting her. And also, she faces like 4 or 5 ballista attacks. And the tigers, which are really accurate.
She's carrying Ike as well, so
yeah.
She has reduced avoid. So I'm gonna heal now because I won't be able to heal next turn. And this is also a difference where the Japanese version is pretty nice because Marcia actually one-shots this Cavalier. If he's alive on this enemy phase, he gets in the way. And so the English version needs to attack him on player phase, so he dies on enemy phase. But here, we don't care. We just one-shot him. So the Japanese version actually gets to free heal on this turn, where the English version legit just has no opportunity to heal. So the strat kind of gets a little dicey at the end.
I don't know if it was covered, but different FEs have different logic when it comes to reduced stats when you're carrying somebody. What is the logic in this game for reduction?
Half skill, half speed.
Yeah.
I think that's the case for all the GBA ones, all the tellies. I know in Thracia, all of your stats are halved besides.
Oh damn.
Which yeah, it includes if you're capturing someone, which is basically the same thing as rescuing. So other than that, I don't think there's any other games with rescue in the first place. DS games don't. The 3DS games don't.
No, that pair up instead.
Yeah, so that's it. Just Tellius and GBA and Thracia.
So there's one gimmick on this chapter that really sucks, but since we're flyers, we just completely ignored it. You can like fall in holes and it just stops your movement there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could kind of cheese that by putting a flyer on top of the hole, and then other units can just walk across it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's kind of obvious because you can kind of tell if the enemy's kind of just at a choke point and they're not moving across it. Then you're like, okay, yeah, there's a hole there.
Yeah, but after a while, it's just like,
When you fall in the 5th one, it's like, let me
come on.
Oh, by the way, bye Har. We'll see you in Radiant Dawn, the game that he carries.
Radiant Heart?
Radiant Har. This game is Path of Marcia. Oh yeah, I wanted to share this link in chat because I think you were talking about like units' last names and stuff, and I thought this was funny. You taught Smite, right? I think I missed it.
Hmm?
You taught Smite to Morm, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Our Tiger Lagoons are really handy because only you can't shove or smite mounted units, but since Tigers are so big, they can. And Morm, and now Mordecai comes with Smite, and Morm, we just taught Smite. So now we have 2 Tigers running around with Smite, which is really nice. So we're kind of shoving Marsha and Rayson to get up close a bit. And this is an arrive chapter, so with no boss on the tile, so we just need to get a unit to the upper left corner of the map.
Yeah, and this map's really big with like a lot of enemies, and it's really important to just end this map as soon as possible because we have like a green army on the top left, and they waste so much time the longer you take on this map.
Oh yeah, they just waste so much time. It sucks.
So we went out of our way to like do a little shove train so we could save a turn and end the map like turn sooner.
Ken is also going to play another role here to visit the village nearby on the last turn, I think, because that village has the Savior Scroll, which would have been really nice in the previous chapter, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And if you don't know what it does, Savior is a skill where you can rescue units without any penalties at all. So,
Yeah,
very
so
handy.
negate the half skill, half speed penalties that we just talked.
So the reason why we do need Tana to go get the village, even though Marcia is right there, is Marcia like legit doesn't have time to reach the village and the arrive point at the same time. If you have Marcia visit the village, then she's like legit 1 tile short.
Oh yeah, and she has to use her
From the
perfect
ride.
to attack enemies in the way.
So this clear's a little tighter than it like looks at first, but pretty cool overall. There's some really gimmicky fun stuff you can do with this chapter if you have like the rescue staff and an actual rescue user.
Actual rescue user.
Yeah, like Mist or
Right.
Mist.
Yeah, that's like another key difference between like LTC, because in LTCs you would typically go out of your way to train up like a user or a rescue user. Like in this game, you would probably use like Soren or Ileana and train their staff rank up to be able to use rescue, whatnot. But training up a unit in both levels and rank just takes so much more time, just from animations, level up animations, staff animations, experience bars, that it almost is never worth it in the speedrun setting. Same kind of case in, say, Sacred Stones, where you can get a warp staff pretty quickly. Well, not quickly, but you can get a warp staff, but you don't have anyone that can use it right off the bat. And the closest unit to using it is Saleh, or however you pronounce it, who is at C staves, I think. And getting him up 2 ranks just takes way too long, so it's not worth it.
Not unless you're doing the Jack race.
Yeah. Freaking Gwimpage.
Warp loot.
I gotta say, I've only done 1 draft race ever, and that's actually the one that we did about 3 years ago in
Damn,
the
was it
first
really?
extra live stream.
Was it really
Yeah, the first
3
one.
years ago?
Yeah, you destroyed it. If memory serves me correctly, you won by like an hour.
I think it's because your Vanessa just gained every single stat in every single level.
Yeah, like I didn't finish. I was also up for 24 hours straight, so I guess that's also why I didn't finish. But I was doing pretty good. Someone who's never done it before. I was like chapter 13 when you beat the game entirely and was sitting there bored out your skull. You know, I thought I was achieving pretty good stuff.
Strats were happening.
Yeah, things were happening. I restarted like 3 times. I accidentally skipped because I was too tired to realize I wasn't supposed to do that. You know, like press the space button and watch things go faster. But it was just great. It was a good time.
Speaking of good times, Mudkip808 is helping us have a good time with a $25 donation. No comment, but thank you very much.
Oh jeez, where is this? I can't read.
So we actually recruited someone that we're going to use, as opposed to everyone else in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is it this chapter or the next one?
Wait, no. Oh yeah, we got Joffrey. Yeah, we just got him, and he's really good. He comes with really good base stats. He comes on a horse with decent ranks. He's gonna be primarily used for his bulk as another support unit, especially since like Tana's issue is that she's not super bulky. On top of that, Joffrey can equip the Night Guard or the Night Ward, which gives +2 defense, +2 resistance when equipped, which is really nice. Helps out his bulk. I think we're gonna use him on chapter 27.
Yes.
That's
Why did I think it was this one?
turn. Yeah, this chapter is a route map, so we're actually going to be using Khalil to clear out a good chunk of the map because she has a 255 crit Thunder Tome, which is really OP. The downside to it is that Khalil is not exactly durable, so you can't really just throw her in the middle of everything and expect her to survive unless you give her Vantage. In the English version of the speedrun, yeah, you don't use Khalil because you can't get a 255 crit Thunder Tome, but instead you recruit Largo and give him a 4th hand axe. Because Largo has pretty respectable offensive base stats, so he can kill almost everything on the right side of the map with a hand axe.
Largo's great. So this boss actually has a really scary skill. It's called Resolve, and that's going to be important for later, but what it does is that when you're at half health or less, you get a 50% boost to strength, speed, and skill. That boss, though, has a magical weapon, so he actually can't use it. But keep in mind Resolve, because that'll be useful later.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this dude's like a big meme in the Japanese community. Like he got his own cipher card and everything.
Amazing.
Just because of his magic weapon with Resolve.
I mean, he looks like Thor, and he has a magical thunder.
Oh, he does. Wow.
Right?
I never thought of it that way.
But yeah, that's some game design right there.
Oh, the boulders, yeah. So we've been carefully placing our units in a way where they don't get in the way of the set boulder path. As long as you can avoid them, the enemies won't throw the boulders down the cliff. And we won't eat rock. So this is the last route map of the game, which is pretty nice. But
Yep.
This
is like one of the longest chapters, just a big route map.
Yeah, and just everything's like so spread out, and it's not like open, right? There are specific paths left and right, so you just need to.
Yeah, I mean, I usually like route maps for the strats. I think they're pretty cool because they usually have the most diversity. It's just executing them is kind of annoying because they're a slog to do.
It's definitely better with the Vantage crit.
Yeah, it helps a lot. I think some wyverns are going to spawn on next turn in the upper area. They're, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
They're annoying because depending on they're pretty high level and very bulky. They're bulky enough to the point where if they get lucky enough with their HP or defense rolls, and Marsha can't, which wastes a lot of time. Well, she can't one round them with the javelin, which we're going to use because 1-2 range. Not javelin, spear. My bad.
So even if Coil got hit like once, like by every enemy on this map that she fights, she still survives at pretty low HP. So she's like perfect for the job here.
Maybe I was thinking of the warriors. I don't remember.
I think it is the
HP.
warrior.
Yeah, it's the warriors. Well,
Because for some reason these guys got like a ton of bulk for like no reason. Yeah, that game, Path of Radiance for the speedrun's pretty comfy right up until you get to the end game, and then it gets...
End game.
Everybody loves that game.
Ooh. Yeah, so the thing about Path of Radiance speedruns is that they're generally pretty darn consistent all around, except there's a big run killer at the last chapter, which has a roughly 50% chance of you losing at least a minute, if not just not being able to finish a run. But, I mean, it's kind of nice to have a run killer at the end instead of the beginning, if that makes sense, because that means you can actually do a run, because at that point you're pretty much done with the run. So, in some big ways. Awakening has both, yeah. Because Radiant Dawn's sort of the opposite, because like Radiant Dawn is really front-loaded with the run killers. There are other run killers in the run, but overall they're pretty front-loaded in like the first 15 minutes.
At least like at that point, once you're over the hump, it's pretty smooth sailing, but just getting the run going is the issue. What's Echo's issue? You just like can never finish runs?
There's just like a ton of RNG overall, isn't there? Just...
Yeah, like I like speedrunning Echoes. I don't like going for a personal best. It's horrible to go for a personal best. So yeah, like the thing about Echoes is that there are map reinforcements that can spawn randomly, and if they do spawn, they're always in your way, so you can't skip them. They always come towards you, and they just waste so much time. You can lose like over 5 minutes just from one bad reinforcement.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible in that respect. But like, I would love to run Echoes in like a marathon sort of setting, because the chaos of it is actually kind of what makes it fun, in a meme kind of way. So I like running it in that sense. But personal best, no, no, please no. But yeah, if you're curious, the Echo speedrun kind of solo the entire map, all maps with Alm or Silica, depending on which route you're on. And that's all you do. And hope Silica gets defense with her 30% growth. I think it's 30%.
Is that better than Robin at least?
Sorry?
I'm not sure if that's better than Robin.
Robin's actually pretty good, isn't it? That's part of what makes Robin so stupid.
What, Nosferatu?
Let me look it up. I don't remember Robin's growth rates, or Corrin's for that matter.
30 defense as well. There you go.
30%, so eh.
With the defense flaw, but
Character growth rates.
Oh, so we use the rescue staff.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Lindsay's force deployed here, so we actually have to use her. But she also comes with a really high staff rank, so we actually use that instead of having to smite people a few times, which ends up saving time, which is nice.
Yeah, there's so many enemies on this map, and they're all like aggroed from the start, so like they'll run after your starting units. So we're just like undeploying everybody, and Alencia has a way to move Marcia a little bit, so we just take advantage of the rescue staff here.
Yeah, so it looks like Corrin from Fates has a base defense growth of 35%, which is pretty respectable, I guess. Especially since you can boost it. Bylist is always 35%, and we saw how that turned out in my And I think in Alm's case, he has 50% defense. It's pretty high.
Is it okay to move Valencia then? I thought you had to wait one turn.
I'm gonna move her into the bushes here. So she's only targeted by the bogey.
These Tigers are pretty scary because they do hit pretty hard. You have the Laguz Guard equipped, I think, which halves damage from Laguz, which is more useful than the full guard now because we don't care too much about bow users.
But even then, they still do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
This is actually the first map in a while that Marcia has an actual chance of dying, which is really bad.
she has a chance of dying. I've never seen it happen personally.
Oh, I had it happen to me on like a really good run once.
Oh, really? That sucks.
I've died here before too. Like,
She's gotten close, but I've never seen her actually. I guess I'm in luck in that respect.
like this is one of the chapters that that does scare me whenever I'm doing like PB attempts because like you really do have a chance of dying.
I think it's chapter 27 that I get scared of. Because I have to have Marsha die on that chapter.
There's like 3 chapters where it's just kind of scary, and they're all seasons. Something wrong could happen like every time.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I think for me, all 3 Wyvern Riders hit me, and they do 10 damage each. And then, like, just you get hit by other things. And
yeah, other things want to attack Mercy instead, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just get ganged up on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, she's obviously unequipped to save animation times and death animations and all that. So everyone just targets her instead of Ike. Speaking of...
Yeah, like, this is getting close. So there's like a bunch of seasons in a row right now. Like, this is the first of 3. And it gets really close. At least a couple times. Chapter 27 is probably the scariest one in the game, though.
Oh, 100%.
There's so much going on, and there's so much stupid things that could happen. But the strat was actually pretty fun to come up with. Alrighty, 27. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
27 time, here we go.
Alright, so how much money needs to be donated for us to fight the Black Knight?
Okay. My cheesy rap.
Oh my god. I think when I fought the Black Knight in RPG Limit Break, I was so scared because I barely beat him. It was so close. But yeah, like fun fact, generally speaking, Wrath Ike is more reliable than Ether Ike on the Black Knights. I've done some really obnoxious math to calculate it, but it really depends on your parameters.
I'm kind of
So.
brain here.
Trade pure water from Marsha. Okay, never mind.
And then pure water, which I didn't do.
Yeah, and then you would have traded that to Joffrey. It's fine though. It's not. Yeah, it's fine.
Wait, does Joffrey pure water? I don't even remember.
He does, yeah.
That is so weird and mind blowing.
Using pure water?
No, we're just gonna RNG it forward.
Easy. I mean, if this siege tome keeps on missing, then it's literally not a problem.
Yeah. The strat's actually kind of weird because, like, before we used to use Tanith. I thought Tanith was way better. It was like, oh, you know, she flies, she's pretty dodgy.
Flying in an indoor chapter. Very useful.
Yeah, listen, Joffrey wasn't even an option at the time. It was like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. And then I was looking at Joffrey's like bulk and it was like, oh, this is literally way better than Tanith. You know, can I? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna take this. That was weird. Did you see that? It was like forcing me off.
Yeah.
I-
Like, it wouldn't let you set the right trade one.
oh god, this next enemy phase is pretty bad.
Oh yeah. Depending on how often Joffrey and Marsha get hit, it can kind of go south.
Oh. looking a little scary, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is probably the hardest chapter in the game, in my opinion.
It's up there for sure.
Unless you count 28. 28's also pretty yikes.
Okay, 28.
With all the lagoos and dragon lagoos and stuff. So, Joffrey can't actually heal this turn. He needs to clear the way for Marcia.
Yeah, at this point though, only a cat's gonna hit him, and I think. Oh, and the Siege Tome.
Well, I guess.
I'm pretty sure he survives.
Oh, maybe I could have just had him heal. And then Marcia could have cleared the way. It's a weird old relic from the English version.
Yeah, I think there's an alternate strat, but I don't know it offhand.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, cat does 7, I think. That'll be fine. Easy.
Hell yeah. Dude, this chapter's so scary. Look at all these enemies, they're all mad and they're running at me.
What did you do to make them mad?
We're gonna go bonk Hafed, and they heard. Well, I'm probably gonna get bonked by Hafed. So on top of all of these enemies, like, we have the boss who's, like, really stupid. This man's got a
Miracle.
Brave Lance. Yeah, he's got a Brave Lance, he's got Miracle.
He's relatively dodgy, if I remember correctly.
And he's
On top of
very
weapon triangle?
bulky for some reason. Like, this man is so bulky. We'll be fine. Joffrey's got an elixir, and he's out of range from the Siege Tome after this.
Alright, good luck, Ike.
Have fun, Ike! Don't get hit, please!
Have fun with Hafed.
Oh no! Ow. Ow. Oh, there it is! Hell yeah! Ah! Please
Oh,
don't,
no.
Please don't hit. Okay. We should be fine. Probably.
Does this usually induce as much stress like this, or is this kind of a one-off?
Oh no, it's always this.
This happens.
This is
Yeah,
actually
one
pretty
miracle-
okay comparatively.
Yeah. One miracle isn't too bad because you can just finish him off with Marsha at 2 range, but you don't want to rely on that because Marsha's hit rate is also like 70 to 80, I think. And of course, if you miracles that, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, because Ike's gonna die probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Small
Look, we
chances,
got-
but
Oh my god! Ah! Why? Wow!
Oh my gosh!
Okay, come on. We gotta wait an extra turn with all these enemies mad at us.
What was that? 3 miracles in a row?
yeah. Ike has enough health, right?
We're about to see.
We'll find out. He's gonna get targeted twice by some
So yeah,
siege
that was a triple 9% in a row.
Oh my god!
9 or 10%, depending on if it rounds up or down.
Okay, we dodged both of those guys. I think they're gonna try attack Mercy instead. Probably.
Wait, is Miracle Luck over 2 or is it just luck?
It's just, I think it's luck %.
Okay, so it was the triple 19 then. Not that impossibly unlikely, but it still sucks.
Ow! Why is he got a killer lance?
Wow!
I'm dead. Oh my god!
No.
Oh my goodness, this
Oh.
is unfortunate.
Oh Why though?
This is very unfortunate. We're laughing up at Gwimpage's suffering.
This is what I get for making fun of Kirby being miracled all the time.
Karma.
Hey, remember that time Gwimpage got triple miracles?
So you gotta break the RNG seed now to save yourself, right?
Yeah. Oops, I didn't throw out their chopper again. Damn! I'm not even sure what I could have done to do anything different there either.
I don't think there was much you could have done about it.
Yeah, I think he has an elixir, so even if you healed Ike, he would have also just healed in front of you.
Half fed.
Ooh, I think now would be a good time to plug, if there's any.
So, we are currently still not, we don't have any new donations since the last time we read donations, but this is a good time to remind everyone, as I get up from eating, that we are here to raise money for Extra Life. Extra Life is a organization that helps raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which help raise money for cancer research and other forms of research to help children get over really severe illnesses. It's a very important organization, and it really means a lot to us. So we are trying to raise money for it. If I randomly start pausing halfway through, it's because I'm trying not to burp, considering I just ate really fast, so I could talk to you like this. Anyway, we have a bunch of really cool prizes, some of which include the signed cards of Ike, Titania, Soren, Soren, and Nephany. Did I actually say that right?
You said it right.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I said Titania wrong, and I said Nephany right. What world do we live in? What is this? Anyway, so we, if you want to enter in for those prizes, is a $10 minimum donation, and you can enter yourself multiple times depending on how much money you donate. But you can enter yourself to win those, as well as, of course, a lot of other cool signed cards. And you can be entered into our grand prize, which is a signed copy of Fire Emblem 3 Houses Special Edition, and signed by Terraplat Joe Zija, and Chris Hackney. So that is a really cool prize as well that you can possibly win. And like I said, all the money goes to a good cause.
Alrighty, so we're wrapping up again. This is right before the last enemy phase. Right after this, we could do the Black Knight fight, but you know, in the interest of just
Not
getting
doing
past
this chapter
27,
that time.
yeah, we probably don't want to redo this if we do die against the Black Knight.
No, what can go wrong?
Well, actually, you know, I might have not have equipped Rana.
No, you haven't yet.
Oh, well, that's an issue. I mean,
No,
technically,
they
you can
have
kill the
damage.
Black Knight without any, because you barely do enough damage with cap strength to take out the Black Knight.
But we don't have cap strength.
Yeah, because like you deal 9 damage per hit, I think, but he heals 6 HP, so you can deal like 12 damage per turn or something like that, and you have 5 turns to take him out, and he has 60 HP, so it barely works out. But that assumes you land every hit and don't die.
And have cap stats.
Also implies you probably need to have a mist to heal him because you have to attack every player face with Ike.
Yeah, my mist is healing like 14 HP or something. It is.
It also means that triple
nothing.
miracle won't happen again, which we all
Oh,
know
yeah.
is, you know, that's the first step.
And
Right,
there was
assuming-
room for one more, if I recall.
Hmm?
Yeah.
He had 3 HP, so there was enough room for one more miracle, right?
Oh yeah.
I think he can survive it at 2 HP even. Like Miracle, like legit just brings him down to 1 HP. The way Miracle works in this game is really dumb. It like literally just halves your HP from what it's at. So like if you have 30p, even if it's a one shot, you'll survive with 16. So you could just keep proccing it over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, they fixed that in other games.
Eventually, I plan on doing a maddening playthrough of Silver Snow Treehouse, and I've heard stories of the last chapter where all the Pegasus Knights have Miracle. I'm not looking forward to it.
I heard the final boss has Miracle and they have like 60 luck or something.
That sounds fun. Oh, hey, there are more chapters after that.
This chapter just feels like so out of place. It's like you have a really intense chapter, Black Knight fight, and then this one, and then the end game.
Ugh, I left my stupid pure water on Joffrey.
Oops. So Ike just got the Ragnall, which is a really OP weapon. It's really strong. It's accurate. It has a little bit of crit. Most importantly, it has 1 to 2 range. Yay! Except you only have it for like 2 chapters, so
And we still don't want to fight anything.
you still want to fight as little as possible.
Oh, by the way, bye Morty. He was really helpful, I'll run, but there's no point in saving him here. It's too slow.
We could, but we choose not to. Just throwing that out there.
The thing I always found weird about this chapter was the boss. It's like you have this chapter just a ton of really strong Lagoose enemies and like dragons and stuff, right? And the map's supposed to be the kind of like show off how strong Ragnall is, right? So you know you're kind of supposed to probably wipe it with Ike, but then the boss is just some dude, and he's like, "Hi, I'm here." It's like what? Hello?
Can't even counterattack you.
Yeah, it's kind of like, huh? Okay, well, I guess this is someone. This is a thing. I will say though, the fact that he gives you, I think he gives you like Rex Thunder or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rex
and you
Bolt?
can't get any of the other Rex weapons other than Rex Aura if you do the really weird like steel strat.
Hedwin's the boss, okay. Whenever he's like about to shoot bolting at you, he's like, "Well, here goes nothing."
The writing in this game is great.
I mean, I
And
was
he, like,
sadly,
freaks out when you get close.
I was sadly eating when we missed my my favorite line in this game, which is "Eat Rock."
There was a like big article on how they handled localization for this game, especially with Marsha's language, because she has all these weird names she calls Makalov, like moldy onions, or was that someone else? Moldy onions was Raining Dawn, wasn't it?
I
I
think
think Punch Brain was in there too. But yeah, Marcia like has a really weird vocabulary. She's like calling people stuff.
They had fun, you can tell.
Oh, so this chapter is actually really weird because we're in a very specific formation. The enemies like to get in the way no matter what you do. And it just so happens this one formation just lines up perfectly and nothing gets in the way. Well, it was really frustrating routing because literally anything would block you, and you
Oh.
need to take another turn.
Don't get into the routing for the English version. Like, even the English route currently still has a chance to just off, and there's nothing you can do about it. AI just is weird. I don't think anyone understands it.
Imagine resetting for crits.
Thanks.
Alrighty, so this is the last chapter of the game.
I thought that was last chapter.
Everybody's favorite.
This is endgame. Last chapter was the last chapter. This is endgame,
Ah, I see.
which is the last chapter, but it's not the last chapter.
So we're sticking the popular Resolve Wrath combo, and if you need a reminder what they do, if your Wrath is you get plus 50 crit if you're at 50% HP or lower. Resolve is you get plus 50% strength, skill, and speed if you're at 50 HP or lower. Pretty good. And it's the most reliable way of taking out Ashnar, the final boss, quickly. By reliable, I mean around 50% chance. Our goal is to get Ike to the very top and then try to hopefully get Ike hit by Ashnar so he's in resolve range, and then just kill him on the counterattack. He has 2 chances of getting a 50% crit. If he doesn't get a crit at all, but Ike took damage, then you can really easily just take out Ashnar on player phase. It's not too big of... I mean, you lose time, but you can still finish the run. If Ashnar misses Ike, then, well, good luck. Good luck!
The strat's really weird too because it's very different than the English version. The English version can just like walk up right up to Ashnar and park in front of him. This one's a little weird because Ashnar does move whenever you trigger his aggro. But like the way it works on the Japanese version, there's this giant invisible line on the very top part of the map. Once you cross it, Ashnar begins to move. So because we need to have him attack Ike on any phase, we're gonna move at the very edge of his range and just past the trigger line. So we're moving in a really weird way right now. Even though Ashnar's at the very top mid part of the map.
It's like I think in hard mode it happens that way too. Like in the the English hard mode, where it's like a very specific line that if you pass, Ashnard's like, "Oh, now I'm coming, now I'm here."
Yeah, like right there. He's talking crap right there.
Yeah. I really like that about this game. Like I felt like the final chapter in this game was kind of cool because Ashnar kind of broke the rules of like what a normal final boss would be. He's just kind of like, "Oh no, I'm coming after you. I'm here. I'm fighting you."
He's got like 10 move.
Yeah.
Shove it.
And then no spoilers for a 15-year-old game at this
Come
point.
on!
But,
One more time. Okay. The game gives again. Takes triple miracle into triple miracle into an actual wrath grip.
GG.
hey.
And time.
Hooray.
Yay!
Yay.
For finishing the run.
Dang,
Oh my god.
that was a heck of a run.
That chapter 27.
27
Yummy.
and
Juicy.
20. Oh my god. 2 things I really haven't seen ever, not gonna lie. Right in a marathon.
Of course. It's retribution for all the times you made fun of me.
Right? Dude, Kirby's a psycho worrying about Miracle all the time.
Here, have a triple miracle. All the times you've never got to miracle, just kind of add it up into this marathon run.
Right? Alrighty, well, GG. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having all of us.
Yeah, thanks for commentating.
Yeah, thank you all again for being here. I don't know if you want to say like a final thing, like we have the runner command, but if you want to say who you are, your info, or
Give a shout out, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I do stream every now and then. Most of the time it's Fire Emblem, but just do what I like doing.
We all stream here and there, whether it be Fire Emblem or other stuff. We also have a Speedrun Discord, and if anyone's interested speedrunning any Fire Emblem game, feel free to join it. Which is on under resources and speedrun.com on any of the Fire Emblem pages, I think.
Yeah.
And don't be too worried about not knowing how to do anything, because everyone's somewhere and you gotta start somewhere. There's a lot of people in the Discord who have never ran a Fire Emblem game before, but started speedrunning Three Houses. So
Yeah, Three Houses is picking up a lot.
Yeah,
Other
so
games
just
are
give
fun
it a
too,
shot. Everybody's welcoming in the community, and you're definitely welcome in our community.
Yeah, and you're welcome with me as long as you don't pick Stinky Doo-Doo Path.
Okay, I'm gonna have to kick you out of here.
I'm going.
I hate to see it.
you hate to see it.
Well, anyway, that is it for our Path of Radiance run. It was an amazing run. And we're going to take a brief intermission, and then we'll be back with our artist block, which is rightfully titled Drawing with Ignatz, who I have a nickname for that is not safe for work, so I can't say. And we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, so I hope you all stick around.
Pumped for it, actually.
Ooh, nice. See you around.
Alright, later, guys.
Peace.
I'm gonna go.